Okay, so this morning I wanted to kind of compare these brackets that came with my Hygger light mounting kit, and so I'll link the video in the end where I did the review of it. So my only complaint was the bracket that mounts to the top of the tank, right, that it was too big. So today what I wanted to do is I actually want to compare it on different tanks, different size tanks, to see possibly why Hygger made this bracket so big. So let's get into it and you'll see what I'm talking about. So yesterday I did a product review. I actually bought this product, it wasn't sent to me, on this Hygger light bracket riser, whatever you call it. And one of the complaints I had about it was the mounting bracket, that where it mounts to the tank. And as you can see, what I had to do is I ended up using an HGY0014 mount to mount on my 29-gallon tank because it fit perfectly. So let's look at the difference between the two mounting brackets, between the HGY0014 and the Hygger's bracket. And I probably have to kind of backstep and understand why Hygger made it bigger than it seemed to need to be. So let's take a look. Alright folks, so here are the two brackets. So this is the Hygger bracket that came with that light riser, and as you can see, look how wide that is. It's pretty wide. And this is the HGY0014 one. So you can see totally a difference height-wise and width-wise. So let's take a look at the HGY0014 and let's try to put it on my 75-gallon. Alright folks, so here is the 75-gallon and this is the HGY0014 bracket. And guess what? Look, it don't fit. So you have to have a wider bracket. So let's go take a look at Hygger's bracket. So here's the Hygger bracket. Once again, you know it's really big and wide. But look at this. Now you have a whole lot of play there. Not sure if it needs to be that big, but Hygger may have developed this for a reason that I don't understand or don't know about. But let's look at this, and this will be a true test because I have a custom aquarium. And the custom aquarium, the rims that are here are made out of aluminum and they're wide. Will this thing fit on there? Let's take a look. So I know it don't focus that well, but this is my custom aquarium. So you can see how wide the frame is. I mean, it's wide. Let's see if the Hygger bracket fits on there. Oh my goodness, look, it does. So there is a use for it, for like my tank, for my custom aquarium. I mean, it would work perfect on there. Still a little wide, more than I think it needs to be, but if you're an owner of a custom aquarium, you'll know that there's a lot of stuff, hang-on backs, FX6s and all that stuff, you tend to have to modify to make them work on these frames because they're so much wider. They're like an inch, inch and a half wide. So Hygger, I think it's probably a good idea that you do have a wider one, but I think it's I still think it's too wide. I think you could get away with making it a little bit narrower, or you provide the option when you buy the light bracket, either give two different sizes of these for the different size tanks, or you could sell different versions of them based on the size of a tank. You know, as we can see, the 75-gallon, the HGY0014 wouldn't work, but it does work on my 29 gallon. So that means anything smaller than my 29 gallon, the AQQA bracket would have worked. But if I wanted to put this on my 75 gallon, the AQQA wouldn't work. I would have to use this Hygger one, but it would still would stick out quite a bit. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So let me know what you think of this bracket on the Hygger's light bracket. Just let me know what you think. Do you think they need to make it smaller? Or do we need to have the option of giving a couple of different sizes that come with the light so you can fit it to whatever tank that you're using? Let me know. All right. Thank you.